Okay guys, this should be a repeat of what you're going to hear in class so that you can fairly quickly or whatnot take care of yourself outside of class. So here we go. This is what you're after. Before you start this, you should have, not quite jumping over there, you should have a sketch with some rough dimensions. So just a few dimensions of what your stool is going to look like. So you have something to go off of, or you can just follow me, but you should still have that. So I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to start with my initials. I'm going to follow that up with the day, A or B, and the period, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to say, and it should say stool at the end of that. So this is what I'm going to get. Click on the front, highlights that, and then we're going to make a sketch on that front. And I like to see what I'm doing head on, so I'm going to hit front over here, or I'm going to hit N for normal. And normal will bring me looking at the front. Come over here, make a center point rectangle, grab the origin, click, and I'm going to drag it around to something like that. I'm going to go up here and grab the dimension tool, and click and drag, and this should be, whoops, undo that, click and drag, and we're going to call that 12 inches. The whole thing fills the screen. If I hit F, it takes and shows me the full screen. While I've got dimension tool, this is going to be 3/4. I'm going to type in 3 divided by 4. You can type in 0.75, whatever kind of works for you. Alright, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And I'm going to make another rectangle, only this time I want a corner-to-corner rectangle, and I want it to be a construction. So I'm going to hit the construction line, click that, go over to this side and hover a little bit, and drop myself down and click. Okay? I'm going to then go grab a line, so go grab a line tool, and we'll make the legs. So anywhere up here, whoops, and I still have the dash line going, so I'll unselect construction line, come down to here, pop over to here, pop up to here, and I'm going to lean on that so that it tells me what's parallel, because I want it to be parallel lines. Snap to that, and then close that off. While I still have the line tool going on, I do want to make a construction line right down the middle, so I'm going to grab the origin, and I should be able to come right down to the middle of this box down here, and then escape. Now, I hit escape to get out of the tool. If you're in Safari, that's going to sort of blow up your screen, and I don't know what the shortcut is for Safari, folks. I do know that you can go hit the line tool, whoops, the line tool again, and that'll get you out of it. Alright, we're now going to mirror that leg. So I'm going to hit the mirror tool. It says grab a mirror line, so what do you want to mirror about? I'd like to mirror about this. And then what would you like to be mirrored? And I can grab all of these individually, but it's tricky to grab that one. So I'm going to click and drag, and notice how that's a solid box. If I go up to the left, it's going to be dashed. I want a solid box, and I want everything that I want in that box. So the entire leg is in that box. So it grabs all those pieces. It doesn't grab the miscellaneous things on the outside and mirrors my leg over there. Alright? Hit escape from that. I'm going to grab this rectangle tool again. I'm going to go from corner to corner and come down. And then I'm going to get the line tool again, and I'm going to grab this line. I'm not going to grab these points, okay? Try and stay away from like specific points, because then you can't move it off of that point. And click. Hit escape, and then I want to mirror that. So I'm going to grab this line, and I'm going to mirror that, and it will show up over there. Alright, we have a few more dimensions that need to get thrown in here, so D for dimension. This needs to be 3/4 of an inch wide, so click, 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 0.75. Overall, my stool is supposed to be 10 inches tall, so I'm going to go from here to here, and we're going to call that 10. And notice that things get kind of, they're starting to go places, alright? And then You know, I don't know how long this is going to be, but you know, maybe something like that. And I didn't make that measurement, so at the moment it doesn't quite matter. Notice that some of these things are going to black and some of them are still in blue. Blue allows me to move them around, so I can sit here and move these around and see how that's going to work. I definitely want this corner to be on or to the right of this box, so that when I stand on this edge right up here, I don't flop over, and you can kind of see that in extreme fashion. If I bring this in, step up here, I'm going to go tipsy. So I'm going to bring this out a little bit, and then because I don't want that to move, I'm going to dimension from that edge to that edge, and I want that to be, just personally, I want that to be 1/4 of an inch. Okay? And likewise, I want that to be 1/4 of an inch. Again, these are just my personal preferences. I can measure 1/4 of an inch pretty easily on a tape measure. And finally, let's put some angles in here. So I did measure this angle to this, and it's 8 degrees. So if I grab this line and this line, it gives me an angle. Call that 8 degrees. And it's looking like that. And because I want to keep things consistent, I'll make that angle in here also 8 degrees. I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to grab this out so it's not right in the middle of things and I can actually see it. Alright, so everything is black except this one line, which I can move up and down, and that's fine with me. So I'm going to check out of that, and that is now our sketch. So 3-dimensional, I've got a sketch going on here, and we'll do an extrude next.